Good morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. Senior Communist leader Bharatmohan Adhikari passes away at the age of 83. Body to be kept at NCP office Dumbarai till 12 noon for condolences. New laws proposed with the objective of encroaching the exclusive rights of the local levels guaranteed by the Constitution. Public representatives warn of agitation if their rights are violated. US President Donald Trump launches a furious attack on Special Counsel Robert Mueller and on his critics at a conservative summit. And Barcelona extend lead in La Liga table to 10 points following a 1-0 win against Real Madrid. Manchester City climb to the top of the English Premier League table. Senior Communist leader, former Deputy Prime Minister and former Finance Minister Bharatmohan Adhikari has passed away at the age of 83. Adhikari was ongoing treatment for the past 3 weeks at Hams Hospital in Kathmandu and breathed his last yesterday evening. Nepal Communist Party leader Krishna Gopal Shrestha has informed that Adhikari's body will be kept at the party office in Dumbarai till 12 noon for condolences. Adhikari is survived by 3 daughters. First Communist Finance Minister Adhikari had retired from active politics in 2014. During his tenure as the Finance Minister, Adhikari had introduced the much-appraised reform campaign, which was themed Afno Gaon Afe Banao, which translates to Develop Your Own Village. He is also appreciated for initiating Senior Citizen Alliance scheme during his political tenure. Let us now move on to the latest national political updates. Under various pretexts, the federal government has been proceeding with the introduction of laws that tend to encroach the exclusive rights sanctioned by the Constitution to the local levels. Elected public representatives have expressed their outrage against the government, attributing to the central government's attempt to encroach the local government's rights in regards to education, health, agriculture, forest, land management, social security, drinking water, consumers, sports and environment, among others. They have warned of reaching the court seeking a solution, as they say the central government has attempted to violate the rights sanctioned to the local level by the National Charter. Constitution of Nepal has granted 22 exclusive rights to the local level governments. Subject-specific offices have already been formed to ensure the implementation of the rights under the local governments in the sectors of education, health, agriculture, cattle rearing, farming, industries, forest, drinking water and cooperatives, among others. However, going against the norms of federalism, the central government has assigned the education office under its own jurisdiction, while it is also making preparations to bring back the sector-specific offices under its authority by formulating new laws. The elected public representatives have alleged the central government of halting the use of exclusive rights granted to the local levels in its attempt to bring them under the authority of the related ministries. The central government has also ignored the local government regarding the share of common rights. Parliamentarians of the ruling Nepal Communist Party themselves are discontent, terming the scenario as an attempt to weaken the local governments. The federal parliament can formulate laws following coordination among the 3 levels regarding the implementation or the use of the rights. However, constitution experts opine that the central government cannot encroach the rights that are sanctioned to the local levels by the Constitution. Centralizing the rights is against the sentiments of the Constitution. Meanwhile, awareness must also prevail regarding potential clashes between the various levels of the government during the formulation of the laws. More than 900 positions are vacant across the country, including at the Provincial Assembly and public representatives at the local levels. However, the government has not made any preparations for by-elections. Positions for 3 chiefs at the local levels and 36 ward chairmen are vacant at the moment. All these designations are executive positions. Daily works of public reach these designations. However, the government has not made any preparations for by-elections to address the vacancy of such significant posts. There are legal provisions for the by-elections for provincial assembly members and the chiefs or the deputy chiefs at the local levels. But laws remain to be formulated in cases of ward chairmen and members. A total of 942 positions of public representatives are vacant, including that of provincial assembly members, local chiefs, and the members. Based on the legal arrangements, the government of Nepal has to declare the dates for polls following consultations with the Election Commission. The Election Commission has said that it is prepared for elections, but it is waiting for the government initiation for dates and required laws. Officials of the Election Commission have already drawn the Prime Minister's attention for by-elections. It is imperative for the government to pay adequate attention towards the impacts caused and the brunt the public have to bear in the absence of public representatives. On the face of warning of protest by LPG or liquefied petroleum gas businesses, distributors have staged a virtual shortage of cooking gas. The traders have forced a shortage after the gas industrialists warned of halting the gas distribution with a demand of increase in commission and operating expenses. The gas businesses have said that they will not purchase the product delivery order (PDO) with the objective of putting pressure on the government to increase their commission and operation expenses. They are of the opinion that they are suffering a deficit of 232 rupees per cylinder owing to external and internal transport, technical losses, profit and commission for distributors. The gas businesses have demanded an increase of 466 rupees per cylinder, citing the introduction of Social Security scheme, increasing the basic remuneration of staff, and the requirement to gain the quality certification. The businesses have already received more than required quantity of gas from Nepal Oil Corporation this month. While the average consumption of gas stood at 30,000 tons a month, the businesses have received 35,000 tons. However, discussions have intensified between the government officials and gas businesses as they have declined to buy the PDO. Despite the corporation's claim of suffering a loss of 81 rupees per cylinder of cooking gas, it has adequate profits in petroleum products. It is imperative for the government to be aware about the brunt the consumers might have to suffer, as the government-owned corporation is the sole authority for import of petroleum products in Nepal and also happens to be the regulating entity. Pashupatinath Temple has been well decked up for the Mahashivaratri festival tomorrow. Pashupati Area Development Trust (PADT) has expected around 1 million devotees and pilgrims to visit Pashupati Temple on the day of Shivaratri and has said that all preparations have been completed for the festival. Special worship of Lord Shiva is performed on the day of Mahashivaratri. Nepalese and foreign Naga Baba or sages add special touch to the festival. Meanwhile, the number of sages who have reached Pashupatinath Temple from India has increased in the temple premises. The PADT expects around 1 million devotees and pilgrims to reach Pashupatinath Temple on the day of the festival and has claimed that the pilgrims will get to pay homage at the temple within 2 hours of queuing. 5,000 volunteers will be deployed for the management of the pilgrims, while 6,000 security personnel will be present for security purpose. Police have said that the selling and consumption of marijuana or other drugs in the name of Shivaratri is strictly prohibited. Mahashivaratri is not just a major festival for locals in Kathmandu, as it is a significant festival for Hindus from India and other nations as well. The festival is also a major tourist attraction. It is important for the police to control the consumption, sales and distribution of intoxicating products in the name of the festival. Welcome back. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, what do you trend the proposal for the rights of the local levels to be used also by the central government? Your options are A. Focus on central administration, B. Ignoring the constitution, and C. Transitional management. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Moving on, the attraction for women football tournaments is increasing outside the valley despite the lack of adequate budget, trainings and infrastructures. In this context, we had asked the women players and coaches of Province 1 participating at the qualifiers for the 8th National Games in Dhankuta regarding what they think should be done to enhance the standard of women football in Nepal. Let us take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
मेरो चाहिँ घर अलिक तल भएको कारणले फुटबल ग्राउन्डसम्म आउन पनि मुस्किल अनि त्यहाँ प्रशिक्षकहरु पनि कमी भएर माथिसम्म आउनु पर्ने त्यहाँदेखि 1-2 घण्टाको बाटोसम्म गाडीमा जानुपर्ने हुन्छ।
नेपालमा चाहिँ कस्तो छ भने महिलाको भन्दा बढी खेल चाहिँ पुरुषको छ है। अब त्यहाँ पनि धेरै कुरामा महिला तल नै छ के।
सरकारले पनि धेरै महिलाहरुलाई चाहिँ एउटा प्रोत्साहन दिएर एउटा राम्रो खेल मैदान राम्रो एउटा प्रशिक्षक दिएर एउटा क्लोज गेम राखिदे उनीहरुले राम्रो गर्छन् होला भन्ने खालको विश्वास छ।
नेपालमा टुर्नामेन्ट
बोइजहरुको टुर्नामेन्टहरु हुन्छ नि त्यति महिलाहरुको हुँदैन त्यस्तो टुर्नामेन्टहरु महिलाहरुको पनि पुरुष सरह नै गराउनु पर्छ
घर आउँदा कहिलेकाहीँ 6:30 7 नै हुन्छ हैन कहिलेकाहीँ ट्रेनिङ लामो हुन्छ जसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब आफ्नो घरबाट भन्दा पनि त गाउँबाट समाजबाट चाहिँ धेरैले नराम्रो भन्छ
सिलेक्सन हुन्छ सिलेक्सन भएपछि अब त्यो नाम कहिले आउँछ त्यो थाहा हुँदैन अनि नाम आएछ एक दिन दुई दिन ट्रेनिङ गराइन्छ अनि यसरी आइन्छ यसरी त गेम त्यो हुँदैन कम्तीमा पनि 2-3 महिना चाहिँ हामी क्लोज गेम सबैजना मिलेर यो गर्यो भने मात्र गेम बढ्ने हो
With this, let us move on to the sports news.
Sports news.
Barcelona have extended their lead at the top of the Spanish La Liga table to 10 points. Barcelona brushed aside Real Madrid 1-0 in the El Clasico played at Santiago Bernabeu. It was Barca's second Clasico win in a single week. Ivan Rakitic scored the only goal of the match in the 23rd minute to secure the 3 crucial points for Barca. Barcelona have 60 points from 26 matches, while Real Madrid are 12 points adrift. Real Madrid are third in the table with 48 points, while Atletico Madrid are second with 50 points and a game in hand. The loss means Real Madrid's title aspirations for the season have almost been put to bed. Manchester City have climbed to the top of the English Premier League table following a 1-0 win against Bournemouth. First half of the match played at the home ground of Bournemouth had ended in a goalless stalemate. However, Riyad Mahrez found the net for Manchester City as he scored the only goal of the match in the 55th minute. The victory for Pep Guardiola's side has made the title race more interesting. City are atop the table with 71 points from 29 matches, while Liverpool are placed second with 69 points, but Jurgen Klopp's men have a game in hand, Liverpool taking on Everton tonight. Elsewhere in the Premier League last night, West Ham United secured a 2-0 win against Newcastle United. Brighton and Hove Albion saw Huddersfield 1-0. Crystal Palace won 3-1 away at Burnley. Manchester United secured a dramatic 3-2 win against Southampton. Wolves saw Cardiff 2-0, while Tottenham Hotspur and Arsenal settled for a 1-0 draw. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Senior communist leader Bharat Mohan Adhikari passes away at the age of 83. Body to be kept at NCP office Dumbarai till 12 noon for condolences. New laws proposed with the objective of encroaching the exclusive rights of the local levels guaranteed by the Constitution. Public representatives warn of agitation if their rights are violated. US President Donald Trump launches a furious attack on special counsel Robert Mueller and on his critics at a conservative summit. And Barcelona extend lead in La Liga table to 10 points following a 1-0 win against Real Madrid. Manchester City climb to the top of the English Premier League table. That's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.